Sup guys, Cyphex here, and this commentary is going to be a little bit something different. I want to talk about my my top 5 favorite stories of I guess what would you call it? Not necessarily media, entertainment maybe? I don't know. It's pretty much books, a combination of books, stories, or books, movies, and TV shows. And there's plenty of variety in this top 5, that's for damn sure. But so might as well get right into it. Coming in at number 5 is a tie between y'all might love this, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. Now, the thing about Pokemon is that I feel like I know pretty much everything about Pokemon, but I think I've only seen one episode of Pokemon ever in my life, and that was the episode where Bulbasaur almost dies and I almost cried. And I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. If you guys know whether or not I can watch Pokemon in good quality, please tell me. As far as the movies, I have the Pokemon first movie, like the pack of 3 movies. The one with Mew versus Mewtwo, the 4 legendary, what were they, birds, I think, and then the one with what was that damn guy called? What was his name? Fuck. Hold on, let me find this real quick. See, the thing about Pokemon, which really is interesting to me, is that how lame it is, but at the same time how awesome it is. It's like a perfect balance. I mean, I joke around with people in TCG all the time about how there's certain movies that are just so bad they're really good, with Hackers being at the top of the list. And actually, Hackers might be borderline just so bad that it's not even good at all. I still haven't figured that out. But Pokemon, it's like, it's so corny and the characters are so like predictable, but at the same time I love it. Brock never opens his eyes. He's the man. Misty is always fucking around with Choku Bree. Like, God, come out of your fucking shell already. Meanwhile, Ash is voiced by a girl. Enough said. And then you have Team Rocket. Fucking Meowth, dude. Meowth is the man. And then, of course, Pikachu. I have 2 cats and I love them to death. Pikachu reminds me of them in every way. She, he, whatever is awesome. Charizard is a boss, but he always is doing dumbass shit. And then it's just all the Pokemon are awesome. And I mean, Pokemon is just the shit. It's that simple. If you don't like Pokemon, who are you? Like, you're a nerd. I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with this. But but tied with Pokemon, which I actually consider Yu-Gi-Oh to be better, because Yami, fucking the Pharaoh, whatever you want to call him, is the fucking boss. He's pretty much the man. I mean, he carries Yugi. When Yugi transforms into him, that's the best thing that can happen to him, because he's a little bitch. And then you have you have Joey. Oh my god. Joey. What a baller. His fucking Brooklyn accent. And the thing that makes Yu-Gi-Oh really, really good is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged series. Absolutely amazing parody. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about and you're fans of Yu-Gi-Oh!, I'll link you to the first one and you'll probably watch 30 in a row. It is unbelievably funny. All of the characters. There's a lot more I think there's a lot more characters in Yu-Gi-Oh! I've seen every single Yu-Gi-Oh! Episode, but I watched them all on YouTube in poop quality, and I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is on Hulu now, and I might have to get like a free trial or something just so I can know life Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, because it's honestly, it's so good. I mean, you want to talk about corny. Oh my god. And the duels, some of the 5-part duels and stuff are amazing. Kaiba is my brother in every way. He is the man, or I should say Seto. Mokuba, I was actually the voice of Mokuba was also the voice in Pokemon Forever of one of the characters in that. I thought that was kind of weird. And here's Yon. Hello. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh is just the fucking shit. The duels are amazing. The people who write the duels are pretty damn good, not gonna lie. Like, the shorter ones, they're kind of weak. But the ones that last long and, like, I mean, the same thing happens every time. Yugi gets fucking shit on and then he comes back. But the ones with the other characters, they can get very interesting, not gonna lie. I love me some Yu-Gi-Oh! So that is the only, the only animated show, movie, or TV, or I guess you can't have an animated story, huh? To make the top 5. Coming in at number 4 is pretty much the greatest show of all time. Prison Break, of course. Now, I know a lot of you may disagree with me and say that something else is better, but there's just something about Prison Break and Michael Scofield. This just, he was meant, what's his name? Like Wes, oh my god. The fuck is his name? Let me look it up real quick. He was also in fucking Resident Evil. I'll get to that in a second. Wentworth Miller was pretty much born to play Michael Scofield. He was probably typecasted as Scofield based on his performance in Resident Evil 5 when he's in jail to start the movie, or the first time you see him, he's in jail. I mean, that's enough said right there. And of course, he ends up convincing them to break him out. I mean, the first 2 seasons of Prison Break are just absolutely amazing. The cliffhangers they'll hit you with, the way he gets out of situations, it's just unbelievable. When Prison Break actually came on TV, it came on, I think, an hour before or an hour or after 24. I don't know which one, but I've seen almost every season of 24. I've never watched Prison Break while it was on, and I definitely missed out. I ended up watching on Netflix. Let's see, when was that? I think it was last summer or last spring. It's pretty much the greatest show ever. If you all haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out. The characters are really good. Season 3 and Season 4 start to get repetitive, and they had some problems with the cast, or a member of the cast in Season 3. So it was only 13 episodes compared to the other seasons. There were 22. I think there were 22. So it definitely got, I mean, I don't want to say it got worse. It wasn't as good as Season 1 and Season 2, but Season 3 and Season 4 were a bit on the shady side. But, like I said, whoever, I think it was a book. Maybe. Not sure. I could be 100% wrong. But whoever wrote the show is pretty much a genius because of the stuff that happens on the show. It's unbelievable. I think I'm gonna cut out some stuff earlier where I just wasn't talking, but if this is the Boardwalk gameplay, the lowest rank on the other team is an Eclipse. So just keep that in mind. Wow. So yeah, Prison Break. It's just it's up there. It's that simple. I can't really describe too much without giving away like the plot. Pretty much, Michael Scofield, Wentworth Miller, his brother was wrongly accused, and he makes it his job to break him out. So yeah, he was also Chris Redfield in Resident Evil, the movie, the most recent one that came out, and I think he's going to be the main character from BioShock in the BioShock movie, and I no-lifed BioShock on the 14th. I didn't know how to play the game, and then I just magically did, and I played it until 8:30 in the morning, and it's probably my second favorite game on 360. And if he's gonna play the main character, then that probably be the best movie ever. unless he played the main character of Mass Effect. um, but yeah, that's about it for Prison Break. Just check it out. It's that simple. At number 3 is pretty much the only movie, I guess you could call it that, and it's the first of a what do they call it? Fuck. 3 of something. I was gonna say trequel, and that sounds retarded. What was he gonna say? I can't remember, but The Matrix. Now, the thing about The Matrix is people might watch it for the action or for just Keanu Reeves being Keanu Reeves and being Neo. But the story behind The Matrix is absolutely eerie and horrifying when you think about it. How in the future machines end up harvesting human bodies and using us for energy. When I first figured that out, it pretty much blew my mind, because I had seen the movie back when it came out when I was probably like 10. So I don't know how long ago it was when it came out, but I was really young. And then I think a couple of years ago I watched it again, and rather than see, you know, the scene where he does the freaking where he cuts his body in half and for all the like slow-mo shit, rather than just watch it for that, I actually tried to pay attention. And when Morpheus is pretty much breaking it down to Neo, my mind was just like 40 feet out in another room. It was crazy. If you guys are young and you haven't seen it in a while, I suggest you check it out again, because it's a pretty creepy storyline. Whoever wrote that is pretty much the screenwriters for all these. Well, maybe not Yu-Gi-Oh, but or whoever wrote the duels. But whoever the screenwriters are for these 5 things I'm gonna name, or 6, they're all geniuses. It comes down to that. So yeah, The Matrix's story is one of a kind. That's for damn sure. I give the quick honorable mention to WALL-E, because the story of WALL-E, I think, is really no nerdy. It's inspirational. It's sad. It's definitely realistic. I'm not gonna lie. With all of these movies that show our horrible future, seeing that future with a bunch of fat people just sitting in chairs that move by themselves with touchscreens and Slurpees, I could definitely see that being true. And Earth not even usable, definitely. But yeah, WALL-E's the shit. Okay, so number 2 is the motherfucking GOAT, the one and only Harry Potter. There's something about Harry Potter that just, I might not look like a nerd, but when it comes to Harry Potter, I'm a total nerd for him and for it and for all the characters, for Emma Watson, Hermione Granger, for freaking Cho, the freaking knives lookalike from Scott Pilgrim. And that's another thing about Scott Pilgrim, is definitely would have been in the list. It's probably my favorite movie in the past like 3 years, but I don't know about the books, and I don't know if it was a good adaptation. I'm sure it was, but that's why it's not on the list, because Scott Pilgrim is probably the most original and innovative movie I've ever seen in my life. And if you guys haven't seen it, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World with Michael Cera, you're absolutely missing out. So yeah, Harry Potter. I have read every single Harry Potter book except for Half-Blood Prince. I own all the movies except for Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2, but I'll wait for Part 2 to come out on DVD and get the combo pack. And man, J.K. Rowling, she can write. The thing about Harry Potter is with how many, let's see, how can I explain this? It's because it took so long for the story to finish. You got to see the characters mature in the book and the movie, which is a really good thing. It was really neat, and it was, I don't even know how to explain it. It's perfect. I mean, seeing the last movie, Deathly Hallows Part 2, it's it was unbelievable. If okay, I don't want to give any spoilers, but if you've read the book, you know that once you learn about Snape's backstory, that's when the book starts. And when it's all starts to make sense and unravel, it is unbelievable. And the moment I read that part, I think 7 a.m. Like at 7 a.m. Like who reads a book at 7 a.m.? I thought I was just gonna fall asleep reading it, but I ended up reading the last 200 pages while the sun was coming up, and I couldn't stop reading it. And the moment I finished that book, the first thing I thought was, I cannot wait for them to make the movie. And I've been waiting for this movie, part 2, to come out for such a fucking long time. And when I saw it last Friday, and when Snape's backstory started, they couldn't have recreated it any better. I want to go see it again. I'll probably see it again with Brent. If you guys didn't know, Brent lives like only half an hour away from me, and we met and we hung out for the weekend of 16th and 17th. He's a pretty cool guy, but he's a nerd. And I'll throw this in real quick. Brent still hasn't changed his gamer tag. TCG, suggest him a gamer tag. TCG Brent, he's not doing it, and he's not doing TCG Mint or Minty. But yeah, back to Harry Potter. It's just doing these commentaries is so hard, because I mean, I'm looking at Halo Reach gameplay and I'm talking about Harry Potter. I don't understand how I'm supposed to do this. And another thing about all these stories is that the villains are fucking amazing. Okay, you look at Pegasus and all those pink-haired fruitcakes on Yu-Gi-Oh! Kaiba is definitely a villain. Team Rocket is definitely a good villain. Teabag up there. I'll probably do a top 5 villains. Teabag is a fucking man. Mahone, even though he's not a bad guy, he's a villain. He's awesome. Let's see. Agent Smith, absolutely amazing. I mean, he was in The Matrix and Lord of the Rings. That's just enough said. And then we have Lord Voldemort. Absolutely amazing villain. The way they portray him in the movies with his nose, with his like snake-like nose, unbelievable. If you guys aren't Harry Potter fans, I don't know what you're doing with your lives. As far as entertainment-wise, that just rhymed. I am a fucking boss. And coming in at number 1 is the one and only 26-minute animated short story of how the Grinch stole Christmas. By far, without a question, this is my favorite and the best story ever told. The Grinch is possibly the best character of all time. From the way he looks, the way he fits with the Santa costume on, the way he talks, the way he acts. He is the man. Cindy Lou Who is the perfect little innocent child. It's just, the Grinch is just perfect. It's that simple. When it comes to the animation, the story being told, I know it's top 5 stories, but I gotta look at everything. The message that's been being sent, the music, the characters, it's just, if you guys haven't seen the animated version, you've only seen the Jim Carrey version, this Christmas, make sure you do it, because it is just, it's the best. It's that simple. I mean, I've watched it probably twice a year. I don't know why I would watch it twice, but it's that good. I mean, you can find it, you can probably just get it streaming online. I'm sure you can do that with a lot of things, but I remember it didn't come on TV last Christmas and I had to watch it online. I mean, from the creepy smile to when he realizes that Christmas doesn't come in packages, boxes, or bags. I think that's what he says. Hopefully I didn't fuck that up. And his eyes change. I mean, it's perfect. Um, I love the Grinch. He's the man. And God, how the Grinch stole Christmas. I mean, just the title of the fucking story is better than all the rest. So it was fun nerding out and just talking to myself. Hopefully the gameplay is coming to a wrap. I'm not sure at all. It's just some old Halo Reach gameplay. So, peace out, guys, and look forward to possibly top 5 surprise endings or shocking endings, characters, villains, you name it. And literally, you all can suggest some stuff. So, see you later.